awakening. We thought we were going to be free. Now we realized the ones we're waiting for is you and me. People say we're crazy, but they're just fast asleep. Each one that awakens is now waiting on the leap into the unknown, but I know it gets much better than right here. Here I am, standing in my power again. Here I stand, uncovering the truth again. Turn the page, it's a new chapter, and it says where we go on, we go on. And it says where we go on, we go on.
Hello, 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 all of you out there. Happy Sunday morning. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a 5-5, thumbs up, something to let me know. I'm constantly adding new technology to my setup, and I'm hoping that you guys can hear me okay, even out on Rumble Land. So I see a couple of people out there on YouTube. If I'm just moving my lips and nothing's coming out, let me know. All right, so I'm so glad you guys are here today. Thank you, Shelly, Winfrey, and I see that Dragonfly is out there. Dragonfly, how's your jaw? I hope you're doing really good. Shelly, how are you doing? I hope you get prepared for your trip. And, we're going to talk a little bit about, this is a special segment I'm going to do on Sunday mornings. For any of you people that are over 50 years of age, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you want to give me some tips, you can always write to me, and please do so, because this is where I am at in my lifetime, and I figure, I reflect upon what we've been talking about the last 50 years, the last 5 years, if you will. And thank you, Zuvex, who's out on Rumble, for the 5-5. And I am so tired of guessing what the heck is going on. So I thought, why not just talk about what I know? And that is, at my particular age, a lot of people like to call us boomers. There seems to be a lot of animosity about it, but I'm going to call us, and this is a new term that you guys could take for yourselves. We are Kings and Queen Agers. That's exactly what it is. We have a lot of wealth of knowledge, and I'm going to, next time get my little Tara out there. And it says, good to be back. How can life be so boring and so busy all at once? It's coming from LJUSA. You better believe it. After what happened with the shit show on last Thursday, with the biggest shit show I've ever seen, and it was just like poop, is some people have said on my show, it was just monkey poop, right? And so this is where we're at, and I just thought, okay, I'm kind of beating a dead horse about this. Nobody has any answers to anything. We don't even know which way the script is going at this point in time. So we carry on with life, and I just thought, okay, what's the one thing that we could talk about is when we hit a certain age, we start doing a little bit more things around the house. If you're retired, I retired early, and do I regret it? I have no idea at this point. But there are homebodies that are out there, and I want to understand homebodies a little bit better. If you want to chime in, if you even want to call me, I'll set up the phone lines for that. But today's first show, what I like to do, and I think you get used to this, is every Sunday morning meet and greet with myself. So one of the things that I have noticed is that it's been so hot. It's been very hot across the country. Usually you come down south to get the heat, and I'm actually seeing that the heat is as far up as Minnesota, the same temperature degrees across the board. So early spring, which is February here, we started planting our seeds, and they really took off in March and April. And one of the things that we wanted to grow, I want to share this with you, because if you guys have stuff you want to share with me, please just write to ttpreadings@gmail.com. So my husband goes out to the garden and he picks our steak, mind you, tomatoes. And each one of these steak tomatoes are a little bit larger than a cherry tomato. That's as far as they are going to get here. And I got another one here that seems be a little bit more riper than the other ones. And then you notice a line across that. That usually means it's getting too much heat. And actually, I do believe that they kind of went dormant. And that's about as far as, whatever is grown, it's grown. This one here actually looks like it's turning moldy. All right, so yeah, they all are turning moldy, and they will not be used. So I just wanted to share that with you. Also, let's see here. Let me see here what we got. Okay, so we got a troll out on Rumble there. One of the other things I wanted to share with you guys is I have been working with growing some of these herbs out there, and this one smells so good. This one is Italian herb, if you will. It smells delicious. I'm trying to let it dry out, and I'm going to tell you guys what I have done because I'm not real sure how far I'm going to go with growing all these herbs and everything. And so this one here is my, it's starting to dry out pretty good. I got to put them back, but I've just brought them here for you guys. It's my lemon balm. Okay, and I was hanging them, and they say to get, you could hang them, they'll dry out, which this one is actually doing quite good. I had another one here. Let's see where it's at. It's really, really dried out, and it's just got a couple more days to go, and then I'll take them, and, so first of all, what I did is I cut them and then cleaned them really well. Some people say use vinegar, use bleach, what have you. I cleaned them and then I hung them up. I dried them off and then hung them up. Somebody's saying I'm a little muffled. Is that true? You guys give me a thumbs if I'm a little muffled. Let's see, is that any better? And that's probably, let's see here. I've got more equipment coming in on Wednesday, so... All right, sorry about that if I'm a little bit muffled. I don't know what to do here, to tell you the truth. So anyways, this is what I've got going. This is what I've got going in my retirement right now. And so I'll just let them dry out and then use them, obviously, in my cooking. The lemon balm, yep, somebody's saying muffled. I don't know what to do for that. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Glad you guys told me. That's my moderator out there was Amy Boy that did that. Does this sound any better? I'm going to lower it. It was turned up pretty high. You guys wouldn't mind helping me out. I'd appreciate it. Is that a little bit better? I'm just going to wait because there's somewhat of a delay here. Maybe move the mic closer. I'm getting a new mic, by the way. One that's going to work with the technology that I bought. I'm always trying to figure things out, and then all of a sudden I got up early, 2 days ago, and said, my equipment's not working the way that I was expecting it to work. I got on their tech support, and they're like, oh, you got to invest another, a few $100 here to get this particular microphone to work with it. And hear you a little muffled. Okay, any better, you guys? Let me know. It could be that the mic was too far away from what I'm being told from what I'm using. So this is what I have right now. Sorry about it if it's muffled. I don't want to touch anything because I'm afraid I'll lose you guys. So let me just kind of get to the meat and potatoes of the story here. And we're going to talk about, I got a thumb up. I got a thumbs up from LJ. That's what it was, is I was too far away from the mic. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about things only a homebody would truly understand. Are any of you guys out there homebodies? Are any of you out there pretty much can settle for my friends, or I can find on the internet, my friends are the ones that are in the chat. I'm okay with, making friends with somebody, giving them my phone number and just sitting at home and minding my own business. Or let's just say, for example, you're like, no, I want to make plans. So it's Friday night. It's, some of you are still working. It's almost quitting time, right? And the folks around you are busy making plans for the evening, the weekend, or, even planning a vacation, if that is coming up for you. I think we've got somebody out here that's planning on taking a big trip over to Europe. All you want is instead, you might be the type of person that says, you know what, home is where I'd rather be. I want to change into, my pajamas. I want to get comfy. I want to curl up on the couch. that type of thing, or curl up in my bed. I want to turn on the TV. I want to watch the shit show some more, or I'm tired of watching the shit shows. Where's Hallmark? Where's those hopeless romantic movies, right? And so there is such a thing as a lot of people out there are fear of missing out on stuff, right? And so then there's also, if you will, the joy of missing out on stuff. And let me just move it a little bit closer here to my mic. And so I'm trying to figure out at this time in my life where I fit in. I'm going through something right now, and I'm looking it up on astrology. I'm just trying to figure out my emotions and where everything is at. So I'm in between, if you will. I don't mind making plans once or twice a week. Going to dinner. I have a new friend in my life that actually loves to play physical bingo, not on the internet. It's at a local, I can't think of the name of the place where it's at right now, but it's at one of these American Legions, if you will. And so, she says, you want to go play bingo? I'm like, yeah, sure. What's it cost? I have no idea. I remember doing this. And so I'm trying to get out there a little bit more, trying to find more friends, to do a little bit. But then I actually have a husband that likes to be home. And PGM Mom says, I am a homebody, not missing out on anything. That is exactly what a lot of people are feeling today. And I don't know if it was because of the pandemic that we realized we're not really missing out on anything. So, there's this, what I'll basically say is fear of missing out is FOMO. Are you a FOMO or are you a JOMO? JOMO is the joy of missing out. I think I need to create something that's in between, right? I still like to go out. I still love people. I love the interaction with people. And then there's times where I need to pull away. I need to have my own time. So, especially like when it's raining outside, I give myself an excuse. Really give myself an excuse. Okay, it's raining out. I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to sit here, especially down in the South where it's so muggy. A lot of times I feel bad. I'm like, oh, God, there are times where I want to be able to go out and do something, but I can't stand the humidity here. I think I need to be out in it more to enjoy it. But just if you guys are just tuning in here now, the show is really geared towards people, I call them the gray years, if you will. And we'll talk a little bit more about the gray years. So, the gray years are basically 50 and on. With that one thought, I do want to give a shout out to Hula Hoop. My prayers are with you and your family, Hula Hoop, and she'll know what I mean by that. Because really nothing beats the joy of catching up on me time, if you will, and that's what we can call it, reading, binge watching, television. And then after a while, I get bored. I'm like, I need to get out. I need to move my body. I need more energy. So some people can label home bodies as boring. Now, when I came down here, I had the intention that we were going to go kayaking, we were going to do all these things, and then eventually we sold a lot of our toys that we had out on the lake, and we just have our boat that's left, and we're not even using that much. So, I'm really taking a look at what is going on at this time in my life, or if it's just an aging thing, I have no idea. Maybe, maybe it's just a change, a big change. So we went from no pandemic to being out and about, running around like crazy, meeting up with our friends, to having the fear brought into us, and then being told this bullshit lies. And now we're just like kind of sitting back watching what the hell is going to go on, right? So that's my perspective of it. So a lot of people can be called antisocial. Does that still fit in? I don't think so. The truth is that there's a bunch of things that homebodies rather do spending their time out. And I think a lot of you are doing that right now because I'm reaching out to you and I'm asking you to come onto my channel, and I appreciate all you guys. You're giving me insight on what you have been doing with your time. So this whole mindset of homebodies, I think is bullshit. I honestly do believe that, because these are people who enjoy doing stuff for their families, enjoy making things, their creativity. And then every now and then, if you want to go out and play bingo with the people, you can do that, right? It's no big deal, but I think that there needs to be something in between there. I never settle for something that's JOMO or something that's When I say it was homo, not homo, FOMO, fear of missing out, and JOMO, joy of missing out. So there's certain personality types out there, right, that were made to be homebodies. And homebodies don't ever think they're losing out. So if that's your idea of things, then that's your personality. So a lot of times you can have personality growths, right? Many say personality types are identified through, different tests that are done out there. This whole thing that when you went to school, right, they made you take those Myers-Briggs types indicators. More brainwashing. Are you an INFJ or INTJ? Or are you an INFP? That stuff sticks with people, because I hear people to this day that are my age that are reciting this bullshit. They take you and they lump you and they put you into categories, and people start to believe that. So it's this is my perspective of it. And a lot of people say, yeah, but you know what? There are a lot of things that are truth about that. Well, there's a lot of things that there are a lot of truth about just being by yourself, all right? So let's see here. People will say, well, those are behavioral issues. You have these psychologists that are out there, psychiatrists, whatever, and that will analyze you, which to me is just more MK Ultra type of stuff. Yeah, so a lot of people don't care about it when you get to my age, and now they don't care about trying to impress other people by overextending themselves. At one point in our lives, probably in our 30s, we were cutting out coupons. We were saving for this. We were, taking care of the kids. We were running around. We were getting all of our ducks in a row, to come to find out that probably was more stressful because we were trying to keep up with society. And a lot of women had that kind of stress put upon themselves, where the guys would just go home and focus on their job. Well, what happens with the men? What happens with the teenagers? Let's talk a little bit about that, the teenagers. So the teenagers, they go out and they get their job and they work it, and they do everything that society has told them to do, and then all of a sudden one day they decide, okay, I'm done. I'm going to retire. I don't want to do anything. That's where the old recliner comes in, right? I remember my father just sitting in a recliner, and I remember my nieces and nephews, saying, how come Grandpa's always in a chair? How come Grandpa's not doing anything? Well, I think that, later generations of the baby booms have realized that you can't just sit in a chair anymore. You've got to keep yourself busy, whether it's gardening or doing other things, right? And I just want to see what you guys are thinking about that over there. So what we've actually have taken a look at, we've overextended ourselves when we were younger. Some of us were undernourished. And, now we're kind of getting back to self-care, getting enough rest and relaxation. And we know how far that we can go with any of this. And sleeping, some of us are, enjoy our sleeping. And other people will look at it like they just don't have to care about life anymore. Even the way that we dress, a lot of people get to a certain age, and this is where the joke comes in. People of Walmart, if you will, there's a website out there that people will walk into Walmart in their pajamas because, well, first of all, I have to say that Walmart's created a lot of these clothing for us not to care about ourselves. And if you guys haven't realized that, please take a close look at it. A lot of people had to resort to buying at certain retail boxes because of the crazy economy right now. But yeah, so PG Mom says that she walks, she cooks, she does DIY. I have found that a lot of people my age are doing the DIY. They shop, there's no TV in their house, and that's fine. You don't have to have a television set, but you do have the other devices that are out there. Want to talk a little bit about that also? I think I'm going to put that into my a second episode of what these apps are doing with AI, and you may not even be aware of it. So there's more to look forward to. So a lot of people or even PJ Mom goes on to say, my family, and she enjoys her family. Everybody is enjoying their family, but what about the ones that have been divided? What about the ones that can't have the enjoyment? You know, it's a blessing. It is such a blessing to be able to enjoy your family. Please be grateful for that every single day that you wake up. A lot of people just go shopping outside of the being online. They're getting out, they're being with people. They might go window shopping. That's an old term nowadays. But you want to get out there and do this with your friends, right? And a lot of people just say, I prefer just, frequent mindless snacking on food that make me feel even worse, and that's my thing. You know, I don't think that there is any place for judgment here. I really don't. And so a lot of times, you know, we can't go into that. Most of the time, if you have the mindset that I'm going to be healthy for a while and every now and then, maybe I'll have, you know, some ice cream or something like that. So binging on sugar, overindulging in food, we know is no good. This is, we talked about this on my show. I basically have been telling a lot of people here that I stopped eating sugar, but guess what? In the last week, I've had a lot of personal things that I've been trying to endure, and that's what I went to. I went to the sugar, and I just said, one thing won't kill me. But then I had a friend give me this, it was a delicious treat, if you will. It was, if any of you guys are from the South, I never heard of it. It's called crumble. It's a cookie, almost seems like a cake within a cookie. And boy, was that good. And I ate it, and I felt really bad and really guilty. And I thought, why? You know, moderation, everything is in moderation. PG Mom is actually saying, meditate and listen to your soul. Yes, listen to your soul, listen to your body. You know, like me, I was listening to my mind. What was that basically telling me? You're no good, you're no good, you're no good. You ate a cookie. You know, and so I had to realize, okay, well, I had that cookie. That was okay. But then I started to listen to my body and started to feel that my body did not like this. So number one, I'm missing an appendix. I had my appendix burst. And number two, I had my gallbladder burst within 10 years of each other. In 10 years, I saw the light, let me tell you. And so, both times I did. And so when I had all that sugar, and I have no idea how much of that was within that cookie, my body did not like it. And my stomach was telling me that, my gut, if you will, all parts of my body, and I felt icky on the inside. That's just me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. But, so anyway, so I'm going to get back to this. The more we move our bodies, the better, right? Getting out in the nature, breathing while moving, and ideally working up a sweat is vital for our health, right? And then putting the water back in. You sweat it out, put the water back in. We should be drinking a lot more water. It's good for our skin and so on, and all of you know that. Make sure it's good filtered water. Somebody did send me something. One of my moderators sent me something, and I actually want to bring it up and talk a little bit about it. If I could find it. So there's different colored caps on bottles of water out there, and that's where I'm kind of going to go with this. I think if I could find it, I think she might have sent it to me in email, because I'm going to find it on my website. But, I didn't realize this. Did you guys realize this? A different colored cap. There's a green cap, there's a white cap, there's a black cap. And let me see if I can find this here. I might not be able to show it to you, but I'll be able to explain it to you. Here it is. I think it is. Yeah, so bottled water caps. If you guys have any bottled water in your house, just take a look at it. The black cap is alkaline water, so they say. The white cap is processed water. The blue cap is spring water. And the green cap is flavored municipal water. So I don't want to give out the names, but I'll just say green the water starts with a D. The blue is the water is like a particular country, and then we have the Aquafina, which is the white, is processed water, and then there's something out there called alkaline water, which is like essential water. I don't know if that alkaline water is the best thing. I'm hearing a lot of stuff where people are coming up with gadgets to give you more alkaline water, but what I'm also reading on the other side of it when I do my research is that it's not giving you exactly what they're telling you. So you guys do your own research. All right, so I think I just kind of lost my camera here for a second. So anyways, self-care, making times, and then get out and find a friend date, right? That's where I'm going with all of this. So, leading from the heart says, I love John Ellis Water. So if anybody, I don't know what that is, if anybody wants to look into it, you can look into it. Let's see out here. So not self-care, basically going out all the time at the expense of others, if that's important to you. Now, we juggle a lot of things, our career, our family, our kids, our housekeeping, and there are times we feel like you just want to go out. I'm starting to feel more of that towards the end of, I'm at the end of my life, to be honest with you. That's the way I look at it. I'm getting closer and closer. So I'm taking more time for myself. The social media is good for me because I'm talking to a lot of you. I feel like I know a lot of you, but I really don't. And you really don't know me, right? And that's God's truth. And even my husband will say to me, oh, you're internet friends. He doesn't think that those are real relationships. So we can talk about that in episode 2 about the level of expectations from our internet friends, if you will. So that's important also. That really is. As we go through these gray years. And also, too, while I was doing research on gray years, there's such a thing out there as called gray divorce. If you guys have heard of it, it's big, it's huge. All the baby boomers are doing it, and it's women that are driving it. I found that to be really amazing. More women said, hey, if I've got another 30 years to live and you're not, blah, 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 I'm out. And that's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing out there. What I also want to see the flip side of it, and I'm starting to do more research on that, how many of them want, if they were married 33 years, want to go back into that marriage. And I'm seeing more of that right now. So gray years was a term, I think, that started about 10 years ago. And that may be true, and I want to get more research and more analysis done on it, but I think the ones that have done that have regretted it, because now you're starting over. I gotta get ready for a date. I gotta go out. At first it's almost like the honeymoon phase of anything. Sounds real good, then after a while it's like, So really think about a lot of these things if you're at that point in your life where you're thinking, I don't know if I want to continue doing this with this person. Just take a look and be grateful for what you have. Then we got to talk about the mental health and type of things like that, to taking care of ourselves if you are a homebody. Now, one of the things that I've actually noticed is a lot of people say, I've given up the doctors, I've given up the blah, 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 and I'm not doing it anymore. I won't take that chance. And because I don't know what's actually going on out there. That's kind of buying into the fear-mongering, right? So the way that I look at it, and I told you guys this, is that if I need blood work done just to see where I'm at, because I'm doing my own self-care, I'm doing my own self-maintenance, I'll get the blood work just to make sure that I'm on cue. Doesn't mean that I've got to take any of the things that they're writing out on the little white pad of paper, but I just want to know. But then there's other times that we do. You break an arm, you need something, you need to go and have somebody take care of that, unless you've got people around you that can take care of that for you, but odds are it's very slim. So, there's things that we have to justify in our mind, and a lot of people have given up on a lot of things because of what they heard. Now we're at this point in this game of this shit show that we're pretty much seeing that everything that we were told may or may not be the truth. So what do? We basically decide to take things into our own hands and make decisions for ourselves. And that's where, the king and queen Agers have basically gotten to a point in their life that they're saying, okay, I'm kind of get what's going on. I've got enough years under my belt. I could see, I use my own intuition, and I need to be able to make these, decisions. But do you have a doctor? No, I don't have a doctor. Okay, what if something happens to you? Well, I go down to the clinic here, or I go into the emergency room, and do you have the money to pay for that when that happens? Those are the type of things, and it's just like the weather warfare shit that's going on here. I'm going to kind of divert a little bit here, but a lot of people decided that they don't want to pay the insurance. Insurance is sky high, like everything else is, and they can't afford it. They can't afford the insurance on their cars, their house, or anything. And they kind of figured, well, if I've got to pay out this amount of insurance money, especially if you're in Florida, I'm going to take it and put it in the bank. If anything happens, I'll have that money to pay to get things fixed. That's one way of looking at it. I've seen a lot of people do that exactly where I'm at. And here's one story for you. There was a woman down the street that, this is way before I got here. One of the hurricanes came through and knocked her house off the foundation. So it was crooked and took part of her roof. Whether or not she had insurance or the insurance wouldn't cover it, because that's another thing that we have to deal with. And that's why people are backing away. The insurance companies are not taking care of us. It depends on the type of insurance that you have, right? And so this lady went with blue roof, covering tarps all over her roof and everything. And it was a beautiful, huge home that she turned around after so many years. Couldn't find a contractor to come in and fix it just right. And ended up selling, putting a sign out in the front of her house, very, very cheap. A builder came in and bought it, and she was able to walk away with nothing. So those are some of the stories. I'm not saying that would happen to you, but we have to take a look at the weather warfare, what's going on. And it's not just in the South. It's all the stuff that we're seeing going on. I heard that we've got a hurricane that's coming here soon. I think it's called Beryl, I think is the name of it. I can't quite remember. But all that I'm saying to you is that we may be a little bit on the loner side, all of us, somewhere along the line, but you have to keep your contacts. You got to keep your community. I see somebody leading from the heart says community is more important, whether it's your neighbors next door or somebody in your area, or if it is somebody on Facebook. Here's something that I am very conscious of. And I said this out loud to a friend. I said, if anything happened to me, if I was by myself and anything happened to me, my family back north would not know. Absolutely would not know. My friend said to me, well, then you give me all your contacts and you let me know, because I'm in contact with you. If anything does happen, I'll know who to contact. Okay. This is what I'm kind of talking about, is that when you hit a certain age, 50 and on up, and you don't have a lot of family around you. Well, if you got a lot of family around you, it's not a big deal, but still, these are a lot of people who are loners that may have walked away from families and friends, and they're okay with it. So this is kind of where I'm going with this. We are all learning to practice self-care at this time. I think that's fantastic. That's a new buzzword that's kind of running around out there. That's fantastic that you guys are doing this. Everybody has their routines. Keep up your routines, but let others know what those routines are. Always practice gratitude, if you will, and also take a look. Like I said, nearby hospitals, get a doctor, have one on hand. If you say, I don't want to deal with it, then don't deal with it. But if you have other resources, let other people know what those resources are. This is something that I feel very strong about, that we don't need to go through life alone. I don't care. We're alone as it is. People who are married feel alone, right? And I hear that more often than not also. And so just build up a support network is basically what I'm saying. And it's beneficial to have, like, what I would call a community or squad or whatever it might be. The isolation can be very difficult for a lot of people. And let's see here. A lot of people are becoming more introverted. I'm seeing a lot of that analysis that are out there. People are needing support from others and making sure that, also too, is if you have some of these tomatoes or some of these extra herbs, like I've been showing here. I still got to get these dried out more. Share them with the neighbors. See how they're doing. Knock on their door. The tomatoes should be ripening right about this time of year. Good excuse to go over to make sure if you know somebody's elderly, that type of thing. And just let people know what's going on. Eat healthy. And what else can I actually say here? Utilize a lot of online resources if you have to. And meditate. Make sure the meditation is there. It can be a great tool to focus on your life or what you want to connect with your body more. That's what meditation is, listening to the body, right? Listening to what it's saying. It will teach you to calm down. Now, this is funny, but this is the lemon balm. It's still trying to dry out. And lemon balm is really good. You can get this in a capsule supplement store. It's not going to be the best as if you grow your own. is for stress. So look into a few things if you're not familiar with it, and just kind of slow things down, if you will. There's enough bullshit and chaos out there. Turn off that damn TV. I see more and more people that are getting. So what happened on Thursday is that I got my phone blew up with people talking about what happened at that debate, and I didn't watch it. I personally did not watch it because I knew that everyone was going to be talking about it, and then everybody was going to be showing it. So I just kind of let it ride out, but we all know, we've known whatever it was. So did I need that added stress? I did not. There are groups out there on Facebook. I'm just going to add this to you for anybody that's not familiar with using the Facebook. There's a lot of groups. I just joined another one, and this one is for women. It was a women's group. And the reason why I'm doing the show is I'm hearing a lot of people that are moving out of these blue states and they're moving to the red states, and for number one, financial reasons, and they're uprooting, leaving either their families and friends, and they want to make more friends. They want to get connected. They just go have coffee in the morning or just go have lunch with someone. Was anybody out there that want to walk down to the beach with me? That type of thing. They don't want to do it alone, and then there's others that don't mind doing it alone. But what I'm actually hearing is, one of the spouses, if you will, one of the male or the female, has now decided that they don't want to do things. They just basically want to be who they are in their own home, in their own castle, and that's okay. We don't judge that. We don't know what's going on with each and every individual. We're all on our own journey, and we basically have to realize this. So have a holistic approach is basically what I'm saying. There's no magic bullet out there that can make everybody's life perfect, but certainly can take approaches in caring for your own mental health, and you'll find yourself improving. So that's where I'm coming from. If anybody has anything that they want to say, let's see here. Please do so. If you put it in the chat there. I don't see a lot of people out on Rumble over here, but I've got more people on YouTube. So by putting in the work and giving into the laziness or the mind-numbing coping mechanism is okay for you, then so be it. Then do it. Or if you want to give yourself a gift and actually give yourself a lift, however you want to say it, then basically find a friend, phone a friend, if you will, phone me. I didn't put my number up here today, but I'm going to do this for the second show. I figured just give you guys an idea about what this is, the king and queen agers that are out there. And so if you guys want to remember fear of missing out, those are the ones that have to be doing something all the time. They have a different perspective of homebodies. And then you have the homebodies that have the joy of missing out. So there we are, FOMOs and JOMOs. I crack myself up when I say that. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please let me know. That pretty much has covered most of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. And I do think it's really good just to get out and find a friend, right? A lot of us that are older have lost our friends. They have gone to the other side, and that's even more heart-wrenching. So I'm just here to just say to you that when I do get my phone line up and running next Sunday morning, I'm going to do these only on Sunday. Please reach out to me and talk to me. If you want to talk now, let me know. It'll take me 2 minutes to set up the phone lines, but I'm not seeing a lot of people out there, and that's kind of good if a lot of people aren't out there. Either number one, they don't want to follow me, or number two, they're out and about, right? And so let's see here. Sam, hey Sam, says, I hear you on building support system. My family is 2,000 miles away, and friends become very important. Our friends become our family. And Sam, thank you for joining the TTP family and saying that, because that's God's truth. And Free Spirit is just saying, hey, everybody just got the notification. I don't know what's going on with YouTube and notifications, but I'm seeing that. So if you guys could go out there, unsubscribe and then subscribe again. I think that's pretty much what is happening out there. So anyways, it's Sunday morning, and you guys go and do whatever you want to do. you feel really good about yourself, and that you take care of yourself and then take care of others, right? And that's where I'm at. So that's about all that I have on that. If anybody else has anything else you want to share with me, I'd be glad to have that conversation. If you want to call in and talk to me, if you're feeling really, really sad and really lonely about something, please, let me know. And actually, if you feel better, just to write to me, please do. Here's my email address, and it's ttpreadings@gmail.com. I've done this many times throughout the years I've been doing this, and I do have people that reach out to me. And then they also find other people that they can relate to and talk with. So let's see here. What else do we have? Anybody else has anything else they want to share in here? So my next show, like I said, next Sunday, we're going to talk about the applications that you use on your devices out there and what AI is actually doing. Just give you a little bit of a hint of that. They're monitoring you and they're feeding you what they think you need to see instead of you really selecting. So I don't like this AI thing. I really don't. And it's so powerful beyond our years of understanding it. But we'll get to that point, and hopefully we'll have control in the near future over it. Right now, I don't think that we do. Technology is the big bad brother, if you will, and that's where we're at. Okay, so let's see here. I'm about 40 minutes into the show here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I see only 17 people on YouTube. Every time I do my show, I only get 17 people, and I just find that very hard to believe. So please share, like, and subscribe, and unsubscribe and resubscribe, if you will, if you're not getting notifications. And let's see here. I don't have a lot of shows scheduled this month. As you guys know, I like to take some downtime, and it's usually July, and I reflect upon what I've done and where I want to go and what I'm being guided to do. Free Spirit is driving. Be very careful out there. Yes, and we'll listen next Sunday. Hope to catch you guys. Sam is saying the risk of AI are greater than the benefits. That's how I feel about it. If you guys have a lot of knowledge, you want to come onto my show, I'm always offering for you guys to come out here and speak your mind. Or you're like, yeah, Janine, I would love to, but I don't want to be seen. Well, you don't have to. Just get on the phone next Sunday, make that call. Hopefully, I'll be getting my new mic in. So the difference is this mic I've got a little box. It's an audio interface, and this mic is going through Windows. It's not going through my audio interface, and that's why I probably sound so muffled. So I had to upgrade to get that. I don't know where I'm going with my shows in the near future, to be honest with you. I'm looking for more co-hosts. I'm looking for you guys to come out and talk to me about whatever it is. If you're fear of missing out, or if you have the joy of missing out, if you want to do a Sunday show, if you're older, or if you're trying to struggle with the generations, of your grandchildren or anything like that, let's talk about this. I want to be there for you guys, and we'll just see where this goes. I have no idea where this is going to go, but this was the first thing on my list to talk to you guys about today. So that's all that I have there. Anything else you guys want to share with me, please do. Okay, so next Sunday we're also going to talk about more of the gray years. And what is the meaning of gray years? Well, to me, I think it's kind of multi-meaning depending on the content and how you use it, right? So you got, there's neutral and intermediate periods, there's middle age, and then there's David Gray's song, which is Gray Years. And it's so gray is just basically you've come into a point in your life where some people just don't give a shit about anything. They say what's on their mind, and then you come to a point where you just pull back and you feel like, okay, I don't really need to be a part. I know it's all the parties are. I've been there, done that. I don't have to run out and see the latest movie. I don't need to find what is trending out there. But I take my life into my own hands. And a lot of people can't say that they do that. They're in their workshop a little bit more, male or female, it doesn't matter. Or they're basically decide, I always wanted to write a book, so that's what I'm going to do. I've got the time to do it. I'm in my garden. Or I want to be a part of the community. I want to be part of what is going on. I want to be in touch with people. You could be, part of this, like I said earlier, is you want to be in touch with people, but on your terms, not on everybody else's terms. So I hope that I was able to help you guys out a little bit, and hope that made sense to you. And I hope you appreciate this. So if you do, just let me know in the comments if you're seeing this recorded later, the type of topics that we should be talking about, or if you found this extremely boring. I want to know because I'm always trying something new with everybody. I do care a lot about humanity, and so I've always said helping heal humanity one show at a time, and I'm hoping that you guys still stayed around long enough for 45 minutes to listen through this all the way. Let's see what else we have out there. So Celeste Carter is got a statement out there that I'm going to grab it and put it out there. Let's see here. Well, I guess I have to read it. She's on Rumble, and let me remove Sam's. Says, for me, I keep myself more because of lack of intelligent conversations. Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way. There's, it's just that like minds, right? And that kind of sounds a little bit like you think somebody is not intelligent that you're speaking with. In intelligence or levels of consciousness are all over the place right now, you guys. People, as you're aware of, are just waking up. People are just found out that the guy in the debate was wearing a mask, or a hearing aid, or a hearing device, whatever you want to call it. The people are all over, but we need to pull back our ego a little bit and say, okay, I see the level that you're at, and can I answer any questions for you? Or is there something that I could share with you? You know, that type of thing. I don't like to say that there's a lack of intelligent conversation, because some of the simplest conversations I learned from. So, Celeste, I'm not putting you down, but that's how you feel, and this is how I feel. And I appreciate all information, to tell you the truth, in all conversations, because I don't have the answers to anything out there, especially not today. So there you guys go. What else do we have out here? So hopefully next time I'm talking with you guys, I'll have a better mic and you can hear me better. But in the meantime, please take care of yourself, take care of others, and God bless you. And now we turn the page.